Leave a like on this video if you like the fact that 2K made it easy to get badges in this game and they made the badges way more balanced.
I got digital dash, came right with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
If you're looking to get your badges grinded on NBA 2K21, hit up Star Grinders on Twitter and Instagram. The link will be in the description. Alright, so yeah, man, we got another giveaway on the channel. It's part 2, but you know what time it is. Banger Week. We ain't had Banger Week in forever. So, for this week's Banger Week is going to be pretty much the first week of 2K21. And pretty much for the Banger Week is going to be giving away a regular edition of NBA 2K21. So, literally all you gotta do to enter this giveaway is just be following me on Twitter, like and retweet the post, reply to the tweet showing proof that you are subscribed with notice, and you're entered into the giveaway. And this is for people that have 2K and don't have 2K. If you have 2K, I'm gonna just give you a $60 code. You can use that for VC, whatever you want to use it. You can even buy a different game with that. I'm gonna give you a code for whatever console you're on. But for the people that don't have 2K, I'm gonna just give you 2K. It's that simple. But yeah, man, this is gonna be ending in a week. I'm gonna be doing another giveaway after this one, and then yeah, that's gonna be it for the year. Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back in the video with yet another video today. I'm coming to you guys with a badge video. And today I'm gonna give you guys the best badges in NBA 2K21. Now, I could just give you guys a ranking of pretty much like the top 10 or the top 15. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you guys some honorable mentions. But these are all gonna be very good badges that you can use in any badge setup. I'm gonna be going over the best badge setup for any amount of badges for every single build. I'm gonna go over literally 1 through 30 for a guard and big for every single category. So that's like, I believe that's 240 different badge totals. So yeah, man, for that alone, go ahead, spam the like button if you guys want that to come out as soon as possible. But yeah, for today's video, I'm gonna be going over pretty much the best badges in my opinion for every single category, for the shooting, the finishing, the playmaking, and the defensive, and then the 6 badges that I think stand out the most and are just by far the best badges in the game that you just definitely have to have in your badge setups no matter what. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead, hop straight into it. Alright, so for the first set of badges that we're going to be talking about for the honorable mentions before we get into the 6 badges that you just can't miss, is going to be the finishing set of badges. So the badges in the finishing set is going to be Fancy Footwork, Consistent Finisher, Contact Finisher, Giant Slayer, and Relentless Finisher. Fancy Footwork is a badge that's been pretty much like nerfed compared to 2K20. And is it a bad badge this year? No. Is it a good badge this year? It depends on how you're using it. If you're using any type of one of these layers, whether it's a Euro, Cradle, Hop, Step, Spin, or Half Spin, Gather, it's going to be a very useful badge. Now, one thing I would say, if you're trying to get that little shock or whatever, like the little pause that it usually would give people, stun, I guess is the word people will call it. If you're trying to get that, it's not going to be nearly as frequent at all. But when it comes to like being able to get around people with Euros or even a spin layup to turn it into a dunk, Fancy Footwork is still very good to make those as quick as possible and make you get past people as much as possible. So yeah, Fancy Footwork is the first badge we went to get over. Next badge is going to be Consistent Finisher. That's going to probably be, if not one of the best layup badges in the game, it's definitely the best layup badge in the game, especially with how they did the contest system this year. If you realize when it came to layups, not yet, no matter what percentage you have on a layup, if you get at least 1%, if you have a bad timing, you have a possibility of missing that layup. So Consistent Finisher is just a really good badge to pretty much make you make as much layups as possible. Contact Finisher is a really good badge in this game. It's going to help you get a lot of contacts. But even with just having Contact Finisher without the badge that's in the top 6 badges that's just essential for any build, I wasn't even getting nearly as many dunks or even contact dunks. So I would say you definitely want to have that other badge that's going to be in the top 6. But yeah, content finisher is still a good badge. If it does anything like what it did last year, once you put on the packages, you got 20%. Then it got 15% after every single badge upgrade. So at bronze, it was 35%. At silver, it was 50%. At gold, it was 65%. And at Hall of Fame, it was 80%. So yeah, man, contact finisher, if it does that this year, they haven't really confirmed or denied that yet. But if it does that, that's still going to be a very good badge in the game this year. Then we got Giant Slayer. That's a badge that's pretty much going to be canceling out the shot contest for pretty much undersized guards. Especially if you're just shorter than the person that you're going up against, it's gonna pretty much limit the contest. Now, depending on the height differential, it's gonna make a bigger difference. But not only that, it's gonna help you make more layups. So if consistent finisher is not the best layup badge, I would say Giant Slayer is, but that's really up to you. Then last but not least, for the finishing side, is going to be Relentless Finisher. That's going to help you be able to catch lobs, get layups, dunks, all that stuff, especially when fatigued. And fatigue is a big problem in this game, and you really want to use any badge that's going to really help you when you are fatigued. All right, next category might be the most important category on this list, because the biggest problem in the game right now might be for people shooting. But as people started to get badges, I don't know if 2K pretty much buffed or made it easier to shoot, but all I know is the shooting is ridiculous when it comes to making whites right now. I don't know what it is, but I'm guessing it's just that people got badges now, because the first day was bad, the second day was even bad, and then all of a sudden everybody hit the whites. But with that being said, first badge we're going to talk about is Tireless Shooter. That's going to be another badge that's going to really help you be able to score still, even with the stamina issue in this game. So yeah, if you feel like you be running around a lot, or you like dribble a lot, Tireless Shooter is going to be a very, very important badge for you. Then we got Flexible Release. This is a badge that a lot of people are using right now, especially for the people that cannot get consistent greens. Now, what you're really supposed to be using this on is if you're getting like earlies and lates and stuff like that. So if you're not getting stuff like that, you don't need to really put this on. But it's really only a useful badge right now while people don't know their timing. But as people start to know their timing, they're going to stop wasting badge points on this badge and start using it on more important badges. But yeah, it's actually a useful badge right now for people that don't know their jump shot timing and stuff like that. So yeah. And then we got Catch and Shoot. Catch and Shoot is one of the most important badges in this game to be able to help you even get badges. You know what I'm saying? Catch and Shoot is going to really make a big difference in any catch and shoot situation. It's actually a really good badge this year. They balanced out a lot of these badges, and catch and shoot is actually one of the best badges in the game. I'm just going to say that right now, especially one of the best shooting badges. Next is going to be Green Machine. Y'all already probably know what this does. As you get greens, consistently get greens, your green window is going to get bigger and bigger because your make percentage is getting higher and higher as you keep getting greens. So yeah, man, the green window is getting bigger and bigger, but like the green window is so small this year, it's not really making the craziest difference. So they kind of did nerf Green Machine a lot, I would say. But when it comes to those play shots, they don't even need Green Machine, bro. They make whites. So another thing that Green Machine does that a lot of people don't know, as the make percentage is going up, you don't even have to green the next one. It's still gonna make that next shot easier to be able to go in. So even with that being said, man, people be making a lot of whites, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not even off of greens. They making whites off whites. And that's just how 2K21 is at the stage of me making this video. It's just that simple. Then next we got Hot Zone Hunter. When people started getting hot zones, that's another reason why people started hitting shots, I think. But Hot Zone Hunter is another good badge in this game. It's just going to pretty much make you be able to shoot a lot better in hot zones. And to be honest, I haven't even been using hot zones, but as soon as I got hot zones, it just became that much easier to do anything, whether I'm doing a fade, which is very OP, which we're going to go over it later. Don't worry about that. We're going to go over it later with the corner, the close shots, all that. But yeah, Hot Zone Hunter is definitely a very overpowered badge in this game yet again. Then last but not least, one of the most important, probably still the best shooting badge in the game, you know what I'm saying? Range extender is going to really just help you shoot within your range. A lot of people have been saying that it's no point in going with range extender first, but range extender is still a good badge in this game. It's just not as overpowered for lower 3-point rating builds this year. But yeah, range extender is still a very good badge in the game this year. It's going to really help you on deep twos, deep threes, and on the line threes, and it's just going to be a very good badge yet again for another year. Alright, next is going to be for the playmaking badges for the honorable mentions. So for the playmaking badges, the first badge we're going to talk about is Flashy Passer. So Flashy Passer is really going to be very overpowered just because it's going to really be boosting your takeover and help you get your takeover that much faster. So yeah, all you got to pretty much do is do a flashy pass and get an assist off the flashy pass, and you're going to be getting a lot more takeover than you probably should be getting for that exact assist. Next is going to be Bailout. Bailout is one of the badges that I'm kind of a little iffy on. It's not nearly as overpowered because it's not one of the best bang for your buck badges anymore, because You don't even have to have bailout, and you'll pretty much get the same animations from bronze to silver. But at Hall of Fame, it's still a good badge. But I've been seeing people use it as silver. From my experience, it's not that crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that crazy of a difference from no bailout to bronze to silver. But I've been seeing some people be going crazy with the Hall of Fame bailout. So I don't really know how to feel about it. But it definitely is a good badge to throw out of double teams. But if you're going up with a bad shot, it's not. I haven't seen the craziest thing. It's really inconsistent, which I would say. I don't think the percentage on it is as high as it used to be. That's what I would say. I would say the chance of that pass being a turnover is not nearly as high. I think that's really more on your teammate catching it, but because sometimes it'd be more accurate. So that might just be on your teammate catching it and stuff like that. Next is going to be Dimer. Dimer is on this list strictly because your teammates need whatever badge it is to be able to help them hit shots. And if that badge helps them hit shots, it's going to be a very overpowered badge in this game because the shooting is so weird in this game. Like, not only is it hard to green, but over time as people got hot spots, hot zones, whatever you want to call it, and badges, it became easier for people to green. So if you can help your teammate green as much as possible or make shots as much as possible, you need a badge that's going to do that. And Dimer is a badge exactly for that. Then you got Floor Journal. This is going to be a very important badge because if you can get somebody to a threshold, say for instance, to be able to get 86 plus ball control so they can be able to do momentums and stuff like that, be able to get that higher tier dribbling, or be able to get them to the highest tier of speed boosting, that's going to make a huge difference on a build. So yeah, man, Floor Journal is a good badge yet again. Next is going to be Handles for Days. Handles for Days is another very, very important badge in this game, strictly because of the stamina issue. So I've been seeing people say Handles for Days is not a good badge. I don't know what they talking about. Handles for Days works, bro, it's ridiculous. It works ridiculously well for me. From when I didn't have it on to where I have it on, especially for my playstyle, Handles for Days might be the second best playmaking badge in the game, in my opinion. Especially with the ankle breakers being bad. They need to do something about that, but we ain't talking about that today. Next is going to be Unpluckable. This might be the most buffed badge in this game. I'm not gonna lie. It's either this or the number one badge on this list. It's either this or the number one badge. Unpluckable. Last year, I literally got ripped so much. This year, I barely ever get ripped. If I get ripped, it's literally like once every 2 or 3 games. I'm not gonna lie. I barely ever get ripped. And I have like y'all know my build. I have a play slash. You know what I'm saying? So literally I be dribbling on my build. So a lot of people, they feel like they have to spam on me, and it does not work. Only time I really ever even get ripped, I don't get ripped out of my dribble. I just get pretty much like not crab, but like bump stolen. I said crab, but yeah, I get bump stolen. So yeah, that's pretty much the only time. But yeah, Unplug was a very good badge this year. If you haven't been using it because it was a bad badge last year, you missing out. All right, next, last but not least, for the honorable mentions, the last category we gotta go over before we get into the top 6 is going to be the defensive rebounding badge category. So the first badge we're going to talk about is Rebound Chaser. This is going to be pretty much the only badge that's going to really help you get rebounds. You got Box to help you box out. You got Worm to help you pretty much get around box outs, and then you got Rebound Chaser to help you get as many boards as possible. So this is going to get you the best snag animations and get you the most rebounds possible. Next is going to be Tireless Defender. It's going to be another badge to pretty much cancel out the stamina issue in this game, and this is probably the worst stamina has ever been. Just being honest, it's gonna help you pretty much go through screens and keep your stamina. It's gonna pretty much help you sprint and keep your stamina as high as possible. So it's a very, very important badge in this game. Next badge is going to be Off-Ball Pest. With the dexing being as overpowered as it is, the cutting being as overpowered as it is, you definitely need a badge like Off-Ball Pest to be able to get in people's bodies so they just can't just get straight to the rim without no type of defense hindering them. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to bump your people off ball, you're gonna need off ball pest this year. I'm just gonna let you know that this year. I'm just letting you know. Next is going to be Pick Dodger. Brick Wall being as overpowered as it is, you definitely need Pick Dodger. And Pick Dodger is a lot better than last year, but I don't think it's better than Brick Wall. I'm gonna just say that. But yeah, you definitely want to have Pick Dodger at least bronze, silver, gold. You want to have it at least on this year. I'm just gonna let you know that. It's a badge you definitely need. It's just that simple. Next is going to be Intimidator. This is going to have you pretty much get the best shot contest possible. The shot contest system this year is a little weird, but Intimidator is very important, especially for perimeter shot contests. When it comes to the paint, I don't think you necessarily need Intimidator. I have a very low interior defense, and I don't even be using Intimidator half the time, and I be getting a lot of shot contests. But with that being said, when it comes to the perimeter defense, you definitely want to have Intimidator on somewhere on your bad setup so that you can be able to get the best shot contest possible on the perimeter, because the perimeter is where it's really inconsistent contests. Whether you're doing fades, it's very hard to get contest on those, especially when it comes to everybody trying to do these shot close. threes, whatever it may be, especially when you're going around screens and stuff like that. With what the meta is right now, you definitely want to have Intimidator for that perimeter defense. But if you're like a big man, I don't know if Intimidator is the most necessary badge right now. I'm not really sure. Next is going to be Clamps. This is going to help you play the best on-ball defense possible, whether you're pretty much playing full court, half court, going around screens, or guarding ISO. Now, the one thing that you really need this badge for is pretty much for the blow-bys. Blow-bys in this game are crazy. My slashing playmaker is crazy with the blow-bys. The only way that you really can possibly pretty much guard my slashing playmaker is just sit in paint. But when I get slash and takeover, it's very unguardable. So what you really want to have is Clamps as high as possible so that you can pretty much not let me blow by you. So yeah, you gotta have Clamps on just pretty much to cancel out the blow-bys. That's pretty much just that simple. Now the thing is, Clamps is not nearly as good as it was last year because they pretty much tried to balance out all these badges, which is a good thing. So I don't really know how to really explain it, but Clamps is a much needed badge. But I'm not gonna lie, it's not the craziest badge this year. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Next is going to be Chase Down Artists. This is a badge that was very good last year. It's good again this year. It's pretty much just gonna help you get chase down blocks. If you know what a chase down block, you know what Chase Down Artists is gonna do. Brick Wall is gonna help you set the best screens, and when you're doing anything when it comes to physical contact, it's gonna pretty much drain the person's energy that you're being physical with. Whether you're doing a box out, doing a screen, it doesn't really matter. Brick Wall is gonna pretty much be like Bruiser and Brick Wall all in one badge. Then next, last but not least, for the honorable mentions, is going to be Interceptor. This is one of the best badges in the game, man. One of the best badges. If you have a long wingspan, good steal rating, you can be able to get tip passes. But once you put Interceptor on bronze, you're going to be able to steal passes. When you go to silver, it's going to be even crazier animations. At gold and Hall of Fame, I imagine it's just on a whole different world. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the honorable mentions. That's a lot, I know. But I'm not going to lie to you, bro, low-key. I feel like I gave y'all a lot of badges, but let's go ahead and get into the top badges that you definitely need in every single badge setup for every single build. Alright, so first things first, for the top badges in the game, we're going to go over Rim Protector. Rim Protector is a badge that improves a player's ability to block shots, unlocks special block animations, and gives a boost to the takeover meter for the blocker and blocker's teammates following a block. So this is pretty much like a thing for people that get blocked. So it's going to enhance badges like Chase Down Artists, Pogo Stick, and Intimidator. It's going to unlock block animations, and it's not only going to do that, it's going to be boosting the takeover. So pretty much it's going to pretty much like Flashy Passer does for Flashy Pass Assist. So anytime you get a block with this, it's going to give you a boost to you and your team's takeover. Very, very good badge. It's one of the badges that they pretty much didn't do the greatest job of nerfing, because it was a really good badge last year and it's still a very good badge this year. Alright, next, one of the most broken, overpowered badges in the game this year is Difficult Shots. You don't even necessarily need this badge to do phase, but as soon as you put this joint to Hall of Fame, it's whites galore. You know what I'm saying? Like, full bar, doesn't matter what you timing it. It's going in, bro. Like, Difficult Shots, with the way people are playing right now with all these fades and stuff like that, man, Difficult Shots is one of the best badges in the game, man. It's going to help you green. It's going to help you make shots even without greening. And it just really, really makes the game a little too random based, man. I'm not gonna lie, they might need to nerf this a little bit. I'm not gonna cap to you. But with that being said, I feel like it's not the most broken shooting badge, because the badge that's above this, you don't even have to waste nearly as many badge points, and it's gonna be able to do more than just make you be able to shoot off the dribble, and you can still be in those areas. But yeah, Difficult Shots is still one of the best badges in the game, and if you're a shooter and you're not using this, you're doing it wrong. Alright, next, coming in at number 4 on the list is going to be Corner Specialist. And Corner Specialist is very, very good. Whether you're doing spot ups or even doing faders towards the baseline. Corner Specialist is ridiculous, man. I'm not gonna lie. Especially for the people that want to do these close shots, that even counts as Corner Specialist. That might be one of the wildest things 2K ever did. But with that being said, Corner Specialist is crazy this year. Especially with them balancing all these badges out and Corner Specialist still being as good as it is at silver. You don't even have to go Hall of Fame. It's literally the best bang for your buck badge in the game this year. Just like Bailout was crazy at bronze, Corner Specialist at silver is literally all you need on any build. It doesn't matter what build you are. As long as you get shooting badges, Corner Specialist silver is a very, very good build. Not build, but badge. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Alright, next, one of the most broken, overpowered badges from last year is still a very, very good badge. This year it's not broken, but it's literally like, you're gonna see a huge difference. I haven't seen the craziest speed boosting big men this year, but when it comes to like the guards that have like these crazy high speeds and speed with ball, once you don't have quick first step, It's not the craziest. Then you go bronze, then silver, gold. But then the difference between all those badges then to Hall of Fame is just crazy. This badge at Hall of Fame is crazy. It's so crazy, man. It's just something you just have to see. It's so fast. It's going to help you be able to get open for anything that you're trying to do. Whether you're going for a 3, a mid-range, a dunk, a layup. So yeah, man, that's why quick first step might be the most important badge on offense. But in my opinion, it's only in 3rd place because there's a badge above it that just makes you do a certain thing way too much. And it's another badge that pretty much just makes the whole other team cold just by getting a 1 steal or a block. And that's just broken. I'm just going to say that. But yeah, this badge still comes in at number 3. Alright, and coming in at number 2, this would be the best badge in the game if it wasn't for the badge above it. The badge above it is just too broken. And the number 2 badge is going to be Slithery Finisher. This badge is just... I'm going to be honest with you. This badge was good last year. Very good. But with how balanced the badges are this year, this badge might be way more overpowered. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, the way I did my badges this year, I put contact finisher on first because I could get contact done. So I was going for badge grinding and stuff like that so I can get badges as much as possible. I wasn't getting that many contacts. Dunking that much, no. As soon as I put Slithery Finisher on, your build just does way more, man. I'm just saying this right now, man. When it comes to Slithery Finisher, what it does is pretty much going to get you the best animation possible. That's not it does this year. It's going to create as little bit of contact as possible. That's lucky a little bit of cat, but I'm going to get into it. Slithery Finisher makes you dunk damn near every time. Damn near every single time. It's so fake. I'm not going to lie to you. It's so fake. The animations you get with Slithery Finisher, ridiculous. Like, it's like they gotta do something about it. There's gotta be do something about it. I guess it's the only pretty much balanced 2 difficult shots is the fact that difficult shots in corner special is that overpowered, but Slithery Finisher can make you dunk damn near every single time you're going to the rim. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I don't really want to nerf it because I'm a slasher. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it just makes my build that much more overpowered. But with that being said, that badge is it's just ridiculous because it not only gives you the best animations possible, create as little bit of contact possible, but I pretty much get way more contacts with this badge being on, especially in combination with contact finisher. It enhances so many badges on finishing, and it's I can't even begin to go how crazy this badge really is from a standpoint of how overpowered it really is. And then last but not least, the most broken, overpowered badge in the game. Pretty much like Pogo Stick was the most broken badge last year for defense. The most broken badge for defense again this year, and probably the best badge in the game right now until they nerf it. I'm pretty sure they're going to nerf it. It's Heart Crusher, man. Literally what it does is after successfully blocking or stealing the ball from an opponent, an additional penalty is given to the opponent's player's takeover meter. So say for instance, you get 1 steal. 1 steal. The other teammates don't even have to dunk. It don't even matter what they did. As long as you get 1 steal, they can go cold. That's pretty much the essence of what this badge is doing right now. 1 steal. So say for instance, a big man is getting boards, and he keeps putting up, he getting blocked. You're cold. Like, this badge is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They really, last year, I remember when they first introduced this on Twitter, people was going crazy, insane on how overpowered this badge could be this year. That was last year, and it wasn't the craziest badge. It was good, but it wasn't the crazy badge. This badge is actually damn near ridiculous. Like, it's crazy what the badge does. They definitely need to nerf it. This is a badge they 100% need to nerf. It's 100% needs a nerf. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. The badge alone is kind of stupid. Alone, because, like, you know what I'm saying? That's alone. What if somebody just playing around to start the game on some troll stuff and you getting hurt for it? It's still crazy. But yeah, with that being said, Heart Crusher, it's the best badge in the game right now from what it does and how overpowered it is. Like, you can literally get a block and the whole other team is cold. The whole other team. You can get a steal. The whole other team is cold. 1 bad pass, team cold. 1 bad shot, team cold. So yeah, man, that has to be the most broken, overpowered badge in the game as of right now. Until they patch it. Hopefully they patch it soon. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think any of these other badges necessarily need a badge. I just think for difficult shots, they just need to pretty much make it harder to make whites. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, they probably just need to make it harder to make whites. Everything else is pretty much kind of balanced, and they just start making whites a lot harder to make, especially for a lot of these builds. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much the end of this video. That's for the best badges in NBA 2K21. Like I said, if you guys want the best badge setup for every single badge amount for every build in the game, go ahead, leave a like on this video. Get this video to 400 plus likes, maybe even 500 if y'all really trying to go crazy. But yeah, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, be the first to every single one of my videos. Share this video to anybody. This will help. But yeah, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out there, man.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah! Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die, man. They say he going too fast.